We've been rallying, we've been picketing, we've been sending letters, we've been lobbying for a couple of years now, and the Postmaster General since July has been closing these mail processing plants. He's closed 30% of them already, and he's on track to close the Salem plant, the Bend plant, the Pendleton plant by the end of this year, and then the Springfield plant after that. And the tactics we've been using so far have not been sufficient to stop this assault on this traditional American institution, which serves 100 million families a day. You know, the best, most affordable, most efficient mail delivery system in the world. So we're going to be marching into the back of the plant, and we're going to be sitting in and demanding that postal management keep this plant open to serve the people of this community. Well, we're not going to leave until the postal decision makers either agree to keep this plant open or have us removed.
Tell me what's going on here?
What's going on here? Yeah. I personally am here. I don't get a lot of mail. It's basically junk mail and a couple of bills. But as a veteran, my concern is the Postal Service is the second largest governmental employee, and 23% of all postal workers are veterans, and it's been estimated that at least 60,000 veterans will lose their jobs if these cuts are allowed to go through. So that's why I'm out here today speaking up.
Are you a veteran?
I am. Navy, year active duty, 4.5 active reserves. So veterans issues are really big with me.
Okay.
So
thanks for speaking up and telling us what's going on here.
So
great.
Delay?
No way!
They say delay, we say no way. We say no way. Delay?
No way!
Delay?
No way!
Delay?
No way!
Delay?
No way!
Go cuts! No business! Go cuts! Go cuts! No business! Go cuts!
Margaret?
No business! Go cuts!
Yeah. 6-day service in all facilities.
Do you feel like telling me some of the info about this postal shutdown?
I know that they're trying to do it basically nationwide, and they're trying to shut down not only the processing centers across the nation, quite a few. I've heard numbers as much as about 80,000 people that are supposed to end up being unemployed at some point. I haven't, and they're trying to shut down a lot of the offices in the rural areas, but now they've just got it to where they're reducing the hours and stuff on there too. So.
What's that going to mean to for people in Salem trying to mail a letter? It's going to have to go through Portland?
It's going to go through Portland, and that's also for,
it's
through Eugene, Springfield. Theirs is going to be shut down. I think there's also one in Bend, and I think there's also one in Grants Pass or Medford, and then another one, I think a Hillsborough one in Portland, and so everything's going to go through the one Portland location.
So a lot of people will get a lot slower mail service.
Oh yeah, you could mail a letter to someone across the street, and it'll take 4 or 5 days to get there.
You got to ship it to Portland and back down here to deliver it.
To get it across the street.
About the carbon footprint?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
good point.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, there's people that get their medication and stuff through the mail, so that's going to take a lot longer too.
And also checks and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a big carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for doing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
What can we do to support you guys?
Just got to keep on contacting legislators and senators. Right now, Dan Issa is the head of the committee that has this go through on the national level, and he's completely behind and basically saying that it's all the unions and it's all the Postal Service, just, there's no money in it anymore because of email and online banking and stuff. And it was in 2006, there was a voice vote, which rarely ever happens in Congress. And what happened was that they said, okay, we're going to make it so all of the 75 years of basically health benefits as well as retirement benefits, we're going to pay it ahead, but we're going to do it in 10 years. and it's at a cost of $5 billion a year. So amazingly, ever since 2006, the Postal Service has gone down in their overall money that they've made, basically solely because of that.
So it's unfair to kind of
tremendously.
calculate your benefits ahead of time.
Well, and pay them ahead, yeah. Though the other is that all they talk about in the media is that oh no, it's the Postal. It's not that program that's forcing them to prepay all their benefits like nobody else does. It's all about the fact that the Postal Service is not making any money, and that's not the case.
It doesn't really matter though, because it's also a public service that people rely on.
Well, yeah, it's also a constitutional. It's a constitutional organization.
Right.
So on the same side where people are saying, oh, follow the Constitution, and the other side they're saying, yeah, but get rid of the Postal Service.
Yeah. So people need to get behind this and contact their
representatives and let them know that all they have to do is reverse that 2006 decision, and basically things will be fine. They might have a little bit of a loss, but what's also happened is to be able to make up for this, billions of dollars that they're forced to pay. They've taken their their credit line that they have for building business, and they've basically taken it and they can't use it to create more programs so they can make more money. What they're doing is they're basically forcing them, plugging up their flow of money, basically to prevent them from growing. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the good work you're doing.
Thank you.
A lot of good information.
Thank you. I support you guys.
Well, good deal. Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us, and we're going to help get that info out too.
Well, good. Thank you very much.
Yeah, from Portland Indie Media.
Awesome.
My name's Jamie Partridge. I'm organizer with Communities and Postal Workers United, a fabulous national grassroots network of coalitions of communities and postal workers to save the Postal Service. Postmaster General is on a tear to close half the mail processing plants in this country. He's already closed 30% since July. Salem is next on the chopping block. This mail processing plant is scheduled to be completely consolidated into Portland by June, which means mail that's sent from Salem to Salem will be trucked all the way to Portland to be sorted and trucked all the way back down to Salem to be delivered. It will delay the mail by days. 100 good-paying union jobs will be eliminated, which will not only affect the workers and their families, but the whole community, with that income being eliminated. And mail will be delayed throughout the Mid-Willamette Valley, from the coast to the Cascades, from halfway to Eugene, halfway to Portland.
Stupid.
And also on the chopping block are Bend and Pendleton this year, and Springfield next year, leaving only 2 mail processing plants in the whole state, Portland and Bedford. It's going to impact the most vulnerable populations, the elderly, the disabled, the people who depend on the mail because they don't have internet access, the people that half the people who still pay their bills by mail, people particularly in the rural communities, small businesses that depend on the mail for invoicing and for billing and for supplies and for getting their product out and for advertising. It's not necessary. The Postal Service is not broke. Congress created the problem, and Congress or the President can fix it. The Postmaster General needs to back off. The Postal Service's own studies have shown, and they've deep-sixed the studies, they've pushed them into the background, that these closures and cuts are causing big mailers to leave the system, go to the private sector. Pitney Bowes has got 36 private mail processing plants, and they're building more. They're cheaper because it's sweatshop labor. These closures are causing revenue to go away from the Postal Service. They're going to lose. Their own studies show that they're going to lose more in revenue than they'll gain in the cost cutting of eliminating jobs. It's bad. It's a bad move all around. I'm just about to turn the bullhorn over to Representative Brian Lem and Representative Val Hoyle, who are about to join us to tell you why they have sponsored House Joint Memorial number 15, which calls on Congress to pass the bills that will fix the postal finances. the bill H.R. 630, introduced by our own Senator, Representative Peter DeFazio, and Bernie Sanders' bill S-316 in the Senate, the Postal Service Protection Act. So let me introduce Salem's own representative. No. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's the majority leader.
Oh, majority leader. Sorry, majority leader comes first. Val Hoyle, Representative Val Hoyle from Eugene.
Yay!
Try talking into it and see if it works.
Okay, how's everybody doing today? Good. We're here to save a post office because let's remember, we have vote by mail in Oregon, so every post office is a ballot box, and we are not going to let them take away our distribution center. It is not right that someone in Salem should send their ballot to Portland to come back here and be counted, that someone should send a letter from Gold Beach to Brookings and have it go to Portland first, or from Eugene to Springfield and have it go to Portland. The fact of the matter is, we need the distribution center here to support our businesses. We need to keep our distribution center because these are good family wage jobs. And the bottom line is, unlike every other state in the union, this is about keeping the integrity of the ballot, especially in our rural areas. It's critical. Furthermore, Washington, D.C. has put on a...
Go ahead, no, both of them.
Okay.
Just both of them.
Washington, D.C., they have asked the post office to pre-fund retirement benefits and health care for 75 years for people who have not even been born yet. There is not one other agency and no private entity that has these kind of obligations. The fact of the matter is, this was done specifically to undermine the Postal Service, and we are not going to let it happen. What we've done in the State House, myself, Representative Brian Clem, Senator Ted Ferrioli, in a bipartisan manner, we have put forward a House Joint Memorial so that we can ask our federal representatives and senators to support the DeFazio plan to save our Postal Service. And let's just remind people that there is not one tax dollar that goes to paying for the Postal Service. It is completely self-sufficient and would be in the black if it wasn't for this unreasonable obligation. So thank you for being here. We're behind you, and we appreciate it. Woo!
Yeah, all right. Woo!
So, thank you, first of all, for being out here today yourselves. You know, this is what's going to stop these kind of cuts around the country, are real people standing up for these public services. And Val talked about the pre-funding of the pension, the things that drove us to this, but I just want to talk not about how it affects the people who receive mail, because you've heard about that, the people who want to vote, the people who need to get their Social Security. I want to talk about the people who work at the post office, because my dad delivered mail for 42 years, and he was a letter carrier. And he got back from Vietnam and went straight to work in the post office, stayed in Coos Bay on the same route for 35, and finally, the last few delivered a different route. So I got to know the people who work inside the post office, the people who, the letter carriers, the postmasters, everybody in that building were part of our family. That's what we did on weekends. We went to picnics with the postal family. And to disrupt it in the name of an artificial crisis is immoral, it's completely objectionable, and we as people have to stand up and do something about it. Now, we're going to do what we can in the Oregon legislature to send our message to Congress. But you know, Congress just stepped in already on Saturday service. Congress can certainly step in on closures as well. And that's what we have to ask for help for. And I'll tell you, you don't get rich working for the Postal Service, but you have decent benefits, you have a retirement, and your kids, like me, can get braces and have straight teeth and have a shot at getting into the middle class. And it's a good place to work for a lot of people, and it has been for a long, long time, and we cannot lose this service. Neither is the people who use it or the people who work here. So thank you for being out here. You have no idea how much it means to me, being the child of a mailman, to see people out here standing up for the folks who work at this facility. Thank you very much. All right, thank you, Representative Brian Clem and Representative Val Hoyle. Now,
Reverend John Schweibert is going to talk to us about what comes next. We're going to go on a march. And these folks have to go back and keep voting. Thank you very much for coming. So we got a little action going coming next. We're going to go on a little march, and we're going to do a little occupation. I hope you're ready, Mr. John.
This is the People's Postal Service, but it seems pretty obvious that the Postmaster General doesn't remember that. And so we have to teach him today. So we're going to march, and we're going to march around the post office to the other side where there is a public entry, the bulk mail acceptance unit. We're all welcome to go out into the public area because we're the public, we're the people. Now some of us in that facility are going to walk behind the counter because we're prepared to ramp this up. You might want to stay on the public side if you're not ready to participate in that part of the action, but we're all going to be together, whether we're on one side or the other. And we invite all of you to go in and occupy that part of the post office and send a message. Okay? Yeah. Let's go. Or go to jail. Save Salem Mail. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures. No cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts, no ifs, ands, or buts. We are hoping to keep this open. 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 No, they can't close the plant. No, they can't close the plant. They say delay, we say no way. Delay, no way. We are hoping to keep this open. No, they can't.
So we're trying to save your jobs too now. That's why we're here, saving everybody's jobs. Trying to save all of your jobs. We're trying to save your jobs too, sir.
Could we bring the action team up front, please?
Okay, everybody. Just want to let you know that the manager of the facility is resisting cooperation with our First Amendment rights here, and is claiming that by being in this area we are, quote, subject to arrest. I disagree, and I'm not going to leave until the police tell me that we can't be here as part of the public, because the post office is ours, as the public. But that's what he has told me, so I wanted everybody to know that.
Whose post office?
Our post office!
Whose post office?
Our post office! So I just wanted to give out that warning for anyone who feels uncomfortable staying on basically this side of what they've said. Now the people who are submitting themselves to stay, or committing themselves to stay here until they promise not to close the plant, will stay here regardless. So I'll keep you informed as we go.
Okay.
May I have your name, please?
Greg Margolis. No closures, no cuts. No ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts. No ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts. No ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts. No ifs, ands, or buts. No closures, no cuts. No ifs, ands, or buts. We shall not be moved. Save Salem Mail. We shall not be moved just like a tree. We're standing by the water. We shall not be moved.
tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved.
Do you feel like folks who, if those folks are in front of the office then trespassing or obstructing or what have you?
Well, if they interfere with the day-to-day business operation of the post office, then we would have to intervene there. But at this point, being out here and to where customers can still have access, and we're fine.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thanks. What's your name?
Sergeant Moore.
Moore. Okay.
Right.
But for me, it's a bigger picture. Veterans by nature already have a 2% higher than normal unemployment rate. We do not need to be adding veterans by the thousands to the unemployment line. That's right.
So folks, if you're interested in the latest update, the officer told me that, as we probably all expected, since this is, we pay taxes to keep this business running, that as long as we're not interfering with business, we are not trespassing, so we're okay here. The only reason that someone would be in violation of that is if they, for instance, stood in front of the door and people had a hard time getting in and out. So I'm not sure. Oh, look at that. Okay, so if anybody has any other questions, let me know. But we're here to stay and keep the post office open.
No orders, no cuts, no expands or busts. No orders, no cuts.
Dave just told me that I misspoke. No tax dollars are used to run the post office, but it's still a public service. So the stamps pay for it, and the services that are provided pay for it, and pay for it in an affordable way and in a way that's efficient for the community. And if we allow these changes to take place, it's going to become less efficient and more expensive because it's going to be done for profit instead of for people.
I gotta let their lines up. Turn us around, we're gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, say the people's name. Turn us around,
or go to jail.
Save our jail.
Get your hands off her! Get your hands off the area!
This is time to leave.
Get your hands off! You have no
Public, not a public
But you don't have to hurt people. You don't have to hurt people.
Guys, we're not following instructions.
But you don't have to hurt them.
Hands on.
Touched her physically.
Everybody out.
Unacceptable. She's a veteran.
I know.
That gives her the right to violate the law.
No, but nobody needs to get hurt over this.
Nobody's getting hurt.
Okay, okay.
25 people out of here walked off the job.
Okay.
As of 1 February.
February 1st.
So now, OPM, Office of Personal Management, is so screwed up and backlogged that therefore no one ain't getting no money. Well, at least far as I ain't. I've gotten $200, one from last month and another $200 the last first of the month.
Jesus Christ.
A retirement.
Yeah, your pension, right?
That's
Now, what were you expecting that retirement package to be?
I'm sorry?
What were you expecting that retirement package to be? How much were you expecting to see per month?
Let's take you guys, for example. You retired. Guess what? Within 30 days, you should have your retirement check.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me. We've gotten nothing. I mean, that's mine. I don't know if that's what I came over here for.
That's ridiculous. It's a long time not to receive any. Well, what, $200 is all you received?
I'm sorry.
You received $200?
Receipt.
I've gotten $200, $100 a month. I get more on my VA disability.
Yeah, and they don't even do you well.
I tried what's called unemployment. You can't get unemployment. You're getting a retirement check. I'm 2 months behind on my house payment.
Jesus Christ. And 20 years of public service, and that's what you get. Wow. All right.
So I don't know if you guys missed that, but this gentleman just laid hands on the lady who was speaking earlier, and basically physically grabbed her and thrust her. Was pretty brutal about it. So, but since we don't have this bad information, is she okay?
That was an assault.
That lady has some medical conditions too. You should be careful.
Okay.
Okay.
Duly
It's
noted.
totally unacceptable. In situations of civil disputes, there's absolutely no reason to assault people. Absolutely no reason.
Joe, can you ask his name? And
Could you give us your name?
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
So you're receiving somewhere in the neighborhood of 20% of what
I
you
mean,
were expecting to have?
I'm just guessing. all
Okay.
right? But I don't know. I can't tell you by number. But the only thing that screwed me up is that I'm a diabetic. I'm a type 1 diabetic. So it's my medicine. I had to go to my doctor and see if the health insurance.
Can you get your medicine?
No, we don't own none. On Facebook, or I say Lincoln, there's somebody want to get a lawyer, and she said it would cost them $6,000 just for the lawyer up front, and we ain't even talking about if you're going to get it or not.
We got to pay for the lawyer,
You know?
even so, yeah. So there ain't
I don't care, but nobody don't say nothing. And yeah, I know these guys are going to close. Everybody knows that. So I didn't know. That's on post office property. That's why I didn't thought they can go back there.
Blocking the door there. They're blocking the doors there.
Video of the assault. I'm sorry. So she will, when she gets home, she's not struggling.
So that's them doing the blockade, not us.
Yeah, we'll tweet Facebook, check it out on Facebook.
And we'll
See about getting it on YouTube as well.
Sure.
did the chains. So they're blocking the networks.
I'm sorry.
People are completely not except for
I don't know if they're creating a fire hazard there, but
I know. So they've blocked with some pretty big.
They're in there?
no, I don't think they're.
Oh, okay.
So you can, yeah, you can kind of peek through. There's some spots. Where you can see through. Oh, he's gonna stand right in the moment.
We used to do, and this is no BS, we used to get 30 GBCs of bulk mail. That's all state mail. From Pendleton, Eugene, the whole 9 yards, the whole 970 area, which is all state of Oregon. Right. What Portland cannot handle, or Portland does not want to do, they dump it on us and we ship it out. We ship it out to Eugene and God knows New York City, wherever it's called.
So you've been in an vital overflow area.
What we are, we're the safety valve. What Portland can't do, and now that's where they're hurting their throat. They're cutting them throats.
Well, they're saying that's what they want to do, is do the processing in Portland and close this down and do the processing in Portland. But if they already can't handle it, Portland can't handle it, how can they handle all your guys' mail?
Well, this is what this is the
It was
prime.
a pleasure, sir. Thank you for your service.
Hey, this is a prime example of what this is. Now they don't unload it on Eugene or Medford or Pendleton. They load it on us, and we ship it out.
For 3 counties, or
that is one good scenario about this place. Because I used to supervise too.
Yeah, well, you put 20 years in.
204B, they call it 204B supervise. Well, then I guess I better go back there then.
Oh yeah, well, you heading back there?
No, that's one good example right there. That's why they should keep this place. First off, we have the state offices.
Yeah.
DMV,
Salem's a damn
IRS,
capital.
all these closing offices here. So that's why that's going to got to go to Portland.
I don't think they can handle it.
But that's what they said. But the good prime example is that like holidays, Christmas shit, whatever, that we do all the priority. That we get boatload of priority here. And 30 GBCs of bulk business garbage mail. What they don't do, they can't handle it. They dump it on us, and then we ship it out.
They can't handle closing this one.
So
I can't.
Portland's a big animal house that it is.
Oh yeah. Let me get your name, sir.
Oh, you bet.
Okay.
Sarah. No, I spoke to Jamie. So
I walked in, and before I know it, I have some man, I have no idea who he is, who's very violently, aggressively got both hands on my arm, upper right arm, trying to drag me out of the door. Here I am, I'm wearing my Veterans for Peace penny. All I'm knowing is, I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea who he is. So all I know is to throw up my hands, open my hands, throw up my arms, and start yelling, "Do not touch me. Do not lay hands on me. This is not okay. Do not touch me." And I don't have peacekeeper training, but somebody who's very well trained told me I handled it well. Thank you, Veterans for Peace, and all the meetings we have sat through, reiterating what to do.
Now, when this happened to you, was there other people next to you going in that same door?
Yeah, we were all going in. I had just filed behind Jamie Partridge, and the person had calmly come up and said, you know, and even lightly just put his hand on my arm and said, "You need to leave."
Yeah.
I would have walked
Or maybe
up.
block you, put your arm up and block you to force you to touch him. But
Yeah.
no, but he didn't do that.
No, no warning. It's just, this is not public property. You need to leave, and started
Pulling you out of the building.
trying
Yes.
to pull me out of the
Okay.
building.
Thanks for maintaining throughout that.
I'm a little rattled.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you're safe and you're not on the inside there being
Well,
subject
I wanted to be on the inside. You know, unfortunately, it's like, this is indicative of what the issue is.
Now, how did you get back outside? Did they walk you through a different door or back out?
No, basically, when I started yelling and people started realizing what was happening, people started coming in to make sure I was okay. And then I noticed the guy left. He went back in the building. I don't see him anywhere now.
Yeah. And then at that point, you just walked out.
I walked out because I
That was getting a little more confrontational than you had thought or was hoping for.
Well, I at least have the knowledge of going into this thinking I could get hurt. They've got pepper spray. They've got batons. If you're smart and you do this kind of work, at least in my personal opinion, you be aware that you can get hurt.
Yeah.
But it's still unnerving when out of the blue, on your right side, somebody comes up behind you and starts pulling on you.
I hear you.
I mean, it isn't like 50 million cops everywhere, and you're kind of like expecting.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what unnerved me more was the just unexpectedness of it.
Okay.
So.
Thanks for being here, and I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, it's a learning experience.
Okay.
You know, and it was just my upper arm. Thank God I wasn't hit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing, and that's what somebody was mentioning to the Lawyers Guild representative. I've had 2 brain surgeries. To get hit from like here up, it's dangerous.
Right.
Well, getting hit at all, it's
Yeah.
dangerous. But more so, shoulders up for me.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you for
thank
talking to
you.
me about it.
We're on a concern they blocked the fire exit though. That's a concern.
Well, now they put chains on the doors. I don't know what you... I'm glad I'm documenting this. Let me get your faces. Chaining a door is a bad news.
Well, now they're putting Jack in cuffs.
What are you guys gonna do in there to those guys? Damn Guantanamo in there.
Cable tied?
I'm sorry?
Did you get the cable tied now?
We love you, Rosie! We love you, Rosie!
Sorry, who's that? Rosie.
Yay, Rosie!
He's with, I think she's a retired member from
Rosie and Rosa? R-O-A.
from Salem. She's SEIU.
R-O-S-A-L-I-E.
Guys are awesome.
Hey, great.
Woo! Woo! Love you.
Cheryl, thank you. Doing it for you too, officer. I know you have to arrest him, but you can thank him also.
Yep. I'm a bit on Munson.
Love you too. I'm sorry we can't wait.
Rosedale, the only place for a man in an unjust society is to be in jail. No!
Thanks, John.
Save Salem Mail. Yes. Save Salem Mail.
Monday night. Woo! Now they're waiting for you.
Save Salem Mail.
I love you.
Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Love you guys.
Why'd you get arrested, Jamie? Why'd you do it?
To keep this plant from closing 100 jobs.
Save the U.S. Postal Service.
Save Salem Mail. Or go to jail.
I guess we know which one you chose.
No cuts.
No closures. No cuts.
Save the plant.
No cuts.
Save Salem Mail.
Save Salem
Excuse me, Sergeant.
Love you. Woo! Love you.
100 good paying family wage jobs.
Yes.
Save this plant.
Save the plant. Save Salem's Mail. Yeah.
100 jobs on the line, not including the horrible postal service that are resolved. Love you, baby.
Said we were not allowed into a public area and blocked us physically from entering.
So the point is that in our long tradition of civil disobedience in this country, folks see this as an attack on a public institution. This was a constitutionally mandated public institution. and all of the efforts that are happening now are towards privatization. The intention of the people who are submitting to arrest was to go inside the office and go around to the back of the counter and stay there until the demand was met to keep the facility open or until they were arrested. The door was locked. The police said that people could be out there as long as they weren't interfering with business. The protesters, the people who were protesting this closure, felt strong enough to go inside another entrance to show that they were serious about their commitment. They went inside, and that was sufficient to create a disturbance with business, which led to trespass, I understand, the trespassing charges. This was a constitutionally mandated program that's supposed to serve people, not profit. A lot of these things are being privatized. Already, Pitney Bowles has 36 distribution centers, which is a private company. It's going to cause our costs to go up as consumers, and understand that people are making this sacrifice for the good of the broad community. They're not doing it to be rabble-rousers. They're doing it because we think what's happening is against the interests of regular people and for the interests of big businesses and corporations. And just if they come out of one fact, there's legislation that requires a 75-year pre-funding of retirees from the post office for their benefits, which is billions and billions of dollars a year, that no other agency has to do this, and it was done specifically to bankrupt the post office. So there are billions of dollars available. The other thing most people don't know is there's not a penny of taxpayers' money spent to run the Postal Service. It breaks even by selling stamps and by doing the business that they do. And so it's not an issue of my taxes, it's an issue of my public service.